Your mother never told you what really happened the day you were born. Be ready for what? Your mother kept a secret about the day you entered this world. She had her reasons, but now, I, the Lord your God, am here to unveil the truth. The silence surrounding your beginning has also hindered your growth. This message is not merely for your ears, it is for your spirit. Prepare yourself for the revelations that are meant solely for you. Do not rush through this. On that fateful morning, a storm brewed, not in the skies, but in the spiritual realm. Heaven and hell both stood poised, aware of your arrival. Angels encircled your birth, while demons lingered in the shadows. Your coming into this world was not just the birth of a child, it was the initiation of a divine assignment, one that hell dreaded and heaven rejoiced over. Yet, someone close to you watched with a smile that concealed a tempest of envy. In that sacred moment, as your mother cradled you for the first time, a secret was sealed within her heart. She wished to protect you, to preserve your innocence. But that silence has transformed into a spiritual burden, and I am here to lift it. From a young age, you sensed that you were different. You felt the presence of shadows before they entered a room. You wept when others remained silent and found joy in places where others felt none. This was because your spirit carried memories that your mind had never been privy to. On the day you were born, something supernatural was woven into your name, and an attempt was made to curse it before you could even utter a word. A name was whispered in that hospital room, not yours, but that of another who was meant to bear a specific blessing. However, the moment you took your first breath, that blessing shifted to you. This is why tension arose early in your life. Someone in your own lineage resented your light, for you never sought the favor that followed you. In a hushed corridor, a promise was made in fear, just don't let them know. This promise created a spiritual blindfold, leading you through years of confusion. But today, I am tearing that blindfold away, for the truth that was never revealed is now the truth that will liberate you. Someone who held you as a baby also attempted to stifle your destiny. It was not always intentional, sometimes it stemmed from fear. But fear birthed secrecy, and secrecy gave rise to silence. I allowed this for a time, but no longer. The moment has arrived for the true story to be told. When you were born, a dream, a spiritual vision, was seen by someone the night before. It was not an ordinary dream, they witnessed your eyes and hands glowing. They awoke in a sweat, too frightened to share what they had seen. But I saw it. I revealed it because I had placed something extraordinary within you before you entered this world. That vision terrified them, for they saw you transforming things into gold, drawing people to you with your voice, and opening doors simply by your presence. They did not understand it, so instead of embracing it, they feared it. This is why love felt confusing in your home. One moment you were celebrated, and the next, you were overlooked. They struggled to love what they could not comprehend. But I understood that moment in the hospital when you opened your eyes for the first time. I marked you with my name and whispered purpose over you. Though others may have walked away, I never did. I was there before your mother even knew she was carrying you, there when her heart nearly gave out, and I was the one who sustained her when the doctors were concerned. You were almost lost before your first cry, but I held you. A truth will soon come to you from someone older, someone who has carried guilt for years. They were told to remain silent, but the weight of their secret has become too heavy to bear. Their revelation will shock you, yet it will also clarify the questions you have long pondered. You will understand why certain individuals distanced themselves, why some avoided being photographed with you, and why one person persistently called you a nickname you never liked. It was a hint at what they knew. This is not meant to harm you, it is meant to free you. You have been living under an incomplete narrative, and I am providing you with the missing pages because your next chapter cannot be written without the full truth. A blessing was nearly diverted from you the moment you were born. A legal signature was almost forged, but I intervened. This is why a particular document feels off. You will soon encounter this old, folded, forgotten paper again. When you do, ask me, and I will reveal what was hidden within it. Someone in your family made a deal, a spiritual exchange. They sacrificed something, believing it would protect the next generation, but it instead opened a door to attack. You were born with the key to close that door. This is why the spiritual warfare surrounding your life has been so intense. You were not merely fighting for yourself, you have been battling on behalf of generations. The enemy sought to confuse you early on, to make you question your identity, and to delay your confidence. But I safeguarded your mind, even through trauma, betrayal, and silence. Now, your spirit is being restored. The woman who carried you knew part of the truth, but someone else, someone older, held the deeper secret. They were present that day, and you have seen them in old photographs. Their eyes always seemed burdened, didn't they? That's because they carried the weight of unspoken truths. They will reach out to you soon. Do not reject them, I will guide your response. Their confession is integral to your freedom. You have always felt as though you were being observed, as if something hovered nearby. This is not paranoia, it is spiritual awareness. Your arrival disrupted a dark plan, and since the day you were born, you have been under spiritual surveillance. But my angels have been watching over you as well. I now send Archangel Michael to stand guard over your name. Soon, there will be a moment of silence, a stillness where everything seems to pause. That is the spiritual veil lifting, and in that moment, you will begin to remember things that previously eluded you. I will speak to you in fleeting glimpses, reminding you of things your mother tried to forget, conversations she overheard but never explained. Her silence was not malevolent, it was protective. But now, it is time to speak. A blessing that was meant to be delayed for 20 more years is now being accelerated because of your surrender, your faith, and your tears. What you thought would happen someday is happening now. But to fully receive it, you must embrace the truth. Your name was not the first one chosen. The name they initially wanted to give you was different, selected by someone who was never meant to name you. But I intervened, whispering your true name to your mother in a dream. She did not realize it was I who bestowed it upon her. This is why your name carries such spiritual significance. Each time it is spoken, it resonates in the spirit realm. This is also why certain individuals stumble over your name. It holds authority they do not comprehend. But the demons do. This is why you have always stirred spiritual matters without effort. You were born for battle and for victory. You are the answer to a prayer that someone else never lived to see, a grandparent or someone who departed too soon. They prayed for a redeemer in the bloodline, and you are that redeemer. Their voice, though silenced on earth, continues to echo through your favor. This truth may shake you, it may break your heart before it heals. But trust that I would never reveal pain without purpose. I am showing you this now because you are strong enough to bear it, and your destiny cannot wait any longer. An old baby photo will resurface. When you see it, examine the background closely. There is a clue, something that should not have been there or someone who never admitted their presence. Ask me, and I will reveal it to you. Your life is not random, it is a rescue mission. Every step, every tear, every moment of confusion has been part of your preparation. Now comes the revelation, and then the reward. This is your moment. This is why you were born. Do not rush through this. I watched that day unfold with sacred stillness. Your entrance into this world was extraordinary. Heaven held its breath for a moment. Angels were dispatched to line the walls of that room. A battle had taken place in the spirit hours before your arrival, and your mother never shared everything. Not because she wished to conceal it, but because she knew you were not yet ready. But now you are. That day was not merely a birth, it was a confrontation between light and darkness. Demons were commanded to thwart your life before it even began. Generations before you made pacts, spoke words, and engaged in actions that stirred spirits into motion. Yet, even amidst the chaos, I had already marked you. I whispered your name into the womb before your mother even knew she was pregnant. You belonged to me before anyone else claimed you. What transpired that day was not ordinary. There was a delay, a strange silence that no one could fully explain. This was not merely a medical issue, it was spiritual interference. But I had my hand upon you. A sudden shift occurred in the room, and no one understood why. Machines flickered, and anxiety filled the air. Behind all the commotion, something was being broken, a curse, a lineage, a generational cycle was severed the moment you were born. Your mother may have cried, may have screamed words she has never shared. She may have thought she was losing her life while bringing yours into the world, but she was never alone. I sent my angel to stand over her, blocking the hand of death. Your birth was not easy because your destiny is not small. You did not simply enter this world, you were thrust through resistance. Darkness sought to prevent your arrival. You may wonder why this matters. It matters because this message marks the beginning of your unlocking. You have been wandering with fragments of yourself, unaware of why you sometimes feel broken, burdened, or different from others. It is because you came into a world unprepared for someone like you. But I was ready, and now I am revealing everything because the next phase of your life depends on it. There is a gift within you sealed with pain. You have experienced moments where you felt things others did not. You sensed danger, heard silences that were deafening, and entered rooms where the atmosphere shifted. This is not mere sensitivity, it is spiritual awareness. It began at birth due to what transpired that day. I placed something in you to help you navigate what others cannot see. You carry insight. Your mother may have fainted, she may have seen something she never spoke of. But I was there. I touched her forehead and said, "Live." I whispered over you and said, "Rise." That moment is why certain spirits still follow your bloodline. They failed, and failure frustrates the enemy. They attempted to stop you, and now they seek to confuse you. But confusion ends today. You are not cursed, you are covered. You are not forsaken, you are favored. You are not alone, you are surrounded. Even now, as you read these words, the same angels that stood in that hospital room are standing behind you. They have never left your side. They have followed you through every storm, every betrayal, every loss, waiting, watching, and protecting. The day you were born, a secret pact in heaven was activated. I promise to walk with you in a special way, to give you visions, to grant you dreams, and to make your voice carry my words when the time comes. That time is near. You were not born to be ordinary. You were not born to fit in. This is why you have always felt different, because you are, and that difference is sacred. This truth may unsettle you, your heart may race. This is because your spirit already knows. It has been waiting for confirmation. This is it. You have always sensed that something significant occurred the day you were born, you just lacked the language to articulate it. But I have just provided it to you, and now nothing will be the same. You may feel a stirring in your chest, as if you are recalling something that was never shared with you. This is not mere imagination, it is my spirit awakening your memory in the spiritual realm. Even before your mind could comprehend, your soul experienced what transpired that day, and your soul never forgot. I have been waiting for the right moment to unveil the truth. There are things your mother buried in her heart because they were too heavy to express, secrets she carried in silence. She loved you and protected you to the best of her ability, but even she lacked the words to convey what she endured. It was not merely a difficult birth, it was supernatural warfare. Something passed over your life that day. A dark cloud attempted to linger, but I rebuked it before it could settle. She felt something when she held you for the first time, an overwhelming stillness, as if time had frozen, as if heaven was watching. And indeed, it was. That room became a place of divine confrontation. She was merely a vessel, but you were the message I was sending into the earth. This is why things never felt normal as you grew up. This is why you have always questioned your identity, your surroundings, and even your own emotions. The spiritual imprint of that moment was never erased, it has followed you. Decisions were made about your life in the days following your birth by others, not by you. Conversations behind closed doors, agreements, exchanges. You never understood why some people treated you oddly or why favor sometimes felt burdensome. Your arrival disrupted generational patterns. Your light exposed things in others that they were unwilling to confront. Instead of healing, they projected their pain onto you. But I witnessed it all. I recorded every moment, the way you were regarded, the words spoken when you were a child, the false labels placed upon you. I allowed it not to break you, but to prepare you, for those who carry great callings must navigate misunderstood beginnings. Now that you have endured, now that you have survived, I am activating what I placed within you on the day you were born. You have had dreams you could not explain, visions you were afraid to share, and thoughts that felt too profound for your age. This is because your gift was wrapped in mystery, but now I am unwrapping it before your eyes. You will begin to prophesy without effort. You will discern when something is amiss. You will recognize who is truly sent by me. This is not new, it is ancient. You were born for this. Your mother's silence was a form of protection. She did not wish to burden you with things that seemed too strange. But I am your heavenly Father, and I will not allow you to walk another step without the truth. You have been questioning why certain things follow you, sudden attacks, strange losses, emotional floods, and unexpected moments of deep sadness. This is because your calling is loud, and the enemy still remembers the sound of your cry on the day you were born. It terrified them. Your cry shattered something in the spirit realm, marking the end of a dark reign in your family line. This is why they fought so hard to silence you as a child. This is why you were rejected in places where you sought to bring love. The enemy always seeks to wound what God intends to use. But even through every wound, I was strengthening you. Even in pain, I was shaping your power. You were not meant to grow up easily. Comfort would have made you forget me. So I kept you close through chaos. I allowed you to walk through shadows so you would learn to chase the light. And you did. Even in your confusion, you sought me. Even when no one understood you, you held on. And now, I am holding you. There is still more you do not know, the name of the person who tried to prevent your mother from carrying you, the deal that was almost made to give you up, the moment she nearly walked away but chose not to. I was the voice in her spirit that urged her to keep going. I was the strength in her belly that made your heart beat louder than her fears. You were saved, not just physically, but spiritually. Before your birth, the enemy glimpsed your file in heaven. He saw your calling, your assignment, the lives you would heal, the demons you would cast out, and the transformations you would inspire. And he screamed. He sent interference, confusion, and fear. But none of it succeeded, for I had already covered your life in advance. Before your mother met your father, I wrote your ending, and it concludes in victory. You carry ancient light. Your spirit is older than your flesh. This is why you often feel a wisdom beyond your years. Others find comfort in your presence but cannot explain why. It is because my spirit dwells within you. You carry presence, you carry the essence of heaven. Now, you will begin to walk in that reality, not just feeling it, but moving in it with power. You have been chosen not merely to survive, but to lead. Not just to be healed, but to heal. Not just to find freedom, but to liberate others. The enemy attempted to shroud your birth in fear so that your entire life would feel like a question mark. But I am answering everything now. I am revealing why the pain began early, for purpose began early as well. What I placed within you can no longer be concealed. It will rise, it will flow, it will speak. People will be drawn to you in inexplicable ways. They will sense something unique about you, and you will know. You will smile and remember this message, this confirmation, this moment where I unveiled what was always hidden. The mystery is over. The miracle begins now.